At this point, it's impossible to say that the Alberta Teachers Association is a good faith union fighting for the rights of teachers. Them canceling Paul Brandt, a popular country music singer, from coming and speaking at their convention is an acknowledgement of their ideological capture. Paul decided to be nonpartisan for his stance on Alberta separation, not taking any sides out of respect for his fans, which just makes sense because he's a singer, not a political activist, and they canceled him as leftists do. He was originally asked to speak because of his great work with NotInMyCity.ca, which is an advocacy group trying to help reverse the Supreme Court ruling on child sexual abuse and exploitation material. So, with that being said, we need to stop pretending that these schools, teachers, and organizations are working towards the best interests of our children and wake up to the reality. These organizations are driven by their toxic ideology. The ATA, for example, received $1 million in 2024 and $985,000 in 2023 from the political organization CTF, the Canadian Teachers Foundation. This organization has over 370,000 teachers and education workers as members across Canada, and Canada has only approximately 413,000 teachers working in public schools, which means this organization represents over 89% of our education workers. How they conduct themselves in school and the narratives they push likely all come from this organization. And according to their annual report, this organization prides itself on rising up against the far-right movements championing DEI, participating in social justice, and addressing the impacts of climate change on public education. Like, what does that even mean? They have backed up many left-wing legislations furthering socialism and woke ideology in our country. This is how we conduct ideological capture. NGOs backed by institutions, professionals, and government taxpayer money. They use their influence and dominance to spread a particular ideology. They start off with an original goal like the ATA as a union standing for teachers' rights. Then they begin to prioritize ideology over the original goal. That's how you get the ATA putting a land acknowledgement at the footer of their website. Truth, fairness, effectiveness, and public interest are no longer the priority of these organizations. Their goals are to increase the number of teachers that will spread their messaging, stop people they don't agree with from interacting with students, and further the leftist agenda in government. With 89% of the education system, I'm sorry to say that at this point, no public education institution or public educator can be trusted. They're all beholden to an ideology that is distorting the past and destroying the future. We need to defund this corrupted education system, the one that tells children that we're on stolen land, lies about residential schools, takes children on queer nature walks, and advocates for the mutilation of their students. It's insane.